can pursue
Lincoln
all
isn't
the
there,
wages.
but
Yeah.
my daughter works for Lincoln.
Yeah, but Lincoln is like, you know, it's part of the building neutral, so.
Right. Is it really?
Yeah. It's like, you know, short-term and long-term disability.
Did you see it? You open it up? Did you see that?
That one's tough,
Oh, yeah, that's what we're gonna,
you know,
I didn't
like.
do it from there, or use my phone. Me
If
too.
they're-
Roops us over.
And is this in the way here?
Towns
No,
that are
okay.
affected. Because like,
We're gonna keep that.
there's an emergency wait, you know, if you need hot.
Yeah, in my opinion,
Stuff too.
things to do
You can try
tonight.
to do something.
To be semi-organized.
Yes.
Okay, folks, it's 6 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order and do this in the pledge roll. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I think we're going to change this around just a little bit tonight. We're going to do the hazard mitigation plan first. It's been accepted by FEMA. And the town has to officially accept it. And we've looked at it, so we're prepared, I believe we're prepared to accept it.
Yes.
So I'll make a motion that we officially accept the joint hazard mitigation plan that was done with, in joint work with Wakefield.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any comments? Any questions?
Not unless, you folks have nothing for me,
Okay.
all right?
It was accepted by FEMA, so.
Yeah, and we've looked at it.
Yes.
All right, we've accepted that.
Perfect,
Thank you.
thank you.
So we'll sign that and get you a copy. You could get the copy, go back to you.
Sure, don't worry.
I can take care of it.
Excellent.
Okay, we will sign that.
It's a big document, page 66 is the one you want.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
Thank you.
thank you.
All right, thank you. So we'll do that, we'll sign that. Any public input? Okay, then we're going to jump down to the Wolfboro Beach task.
Okay, great.
And a few years ago, well, many years ago, we used to participate in the beach program with the Wolfboro Rec. And there was a warrant article a few years ago submitted by the people in Wolfboro that says it's only for the use of the people from Wolfboro. And we haven't used it for a few years. And Jan has worked with the rec department and the board of selectmen to see if we can't resolve that and come up with some sort of solution that would allow the residents of Brookfield to use those beaches, the Albee Beach and the
Kerry Beach.
Kerry Beach. So at this point, could you tell us what you've accomplished and what we have to
Sure.
look forward for?
So the select board in Wolfboro agreed last week to our proposal. And they're going to give us, and they have given us, 10 facility passes that will be able to be borrowed from Karen starting on Monday. to put in your car and to use it at either Albee Beach or Cary Beach. It's a pilot program. We're trialing it this summer. I'll ask residents and Karen as well. We are just putting together the process for how this works, and I left each of you a copy of the process that we're proposing. So we have till this week to sort of tighten that up and finish that. And then beginning on Monday morning, any resident who wants to borrow the pass for any time between a day, a couple of days, up to a week, they can borrow the pass from Karen. We'll ask them just to sign it out. We'll keep track of the numbers, and then every Sunday evening, regardless of when you borrowed it, we're asking residents to return it in the mail slot. So Karen starts out each Monday with 10 passes that can be borrowed by a new group of people.
So you can take it out for a week.
You can take it out for up to a week, right?
Due back Sunday.
Due back Sunday, drop it in the mail slot, and Karen will pick up all the passes, and we'll start all over again on Monday. It doesn't guarantee you a parking space. It just means that if you're able to get a parking space, because they're all tight, they're small beach parking, that your car won't be towed. You'll be able to stay there between the hours of 8 and 5. Now, any resident can actually go to those beaches before 8 a.m. or after 5 p.m. There are facilities there. There's barbecue grills. There's picnic tables. But between the hours of 8 and 5, you need a pass. The exception is Brewster Beach. That's open to anyone. Again, that's limited parking, but I think it's a great thing for us to be able to try this year, and hopefully it works well. We'll ask residents if you have feedback. We're really open to it. Provide Karen, email Karen or call Karen with that feedback, and if we need to, we'll tweak the program.
Yes, and we have a letter from the Board of Selectmen in Wolfboro that they
Yes.
agreed to, this is going to be a pilot program, see how it goes. So we of course don't want to abuse it, but it's very good that we can participate and
Right.
use the beach again. So
Exactly.
thank you, Jan, for getting that done for us.
Jan, I do have one question.
Sure.
It says on the second page, the start date is June 24th.
Yes, that's
Did you say
Monday.
earlier that it would start tomorrow or today, or? I thought it was going to start right away.
We can start it right away. I mean, it's so hot, it'd be great to go. It's just Karen and I need to make sure we get your feedback. If you're okay with this, I mean, Karen's office is open today, tomorrow, Wednesday. If we can get your feedback, and if Karen's amenable, and if people want to come in, we're going to post the information on the website. Karen will send out an email to anyone who's signed up on the town server so we can get the information out. But we really do need your feedback to make sure that the process feels okay to you.
So it really shouldn't say June 24th.
June
Or it says-
24th.
I'm
June
sorry,
24th is Monday.
I'm reading it wrong, I just realized.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's
June
not
24th is...
June 24th, it's June of 2024.
Oh,
So we're good. I
June
just,
of
I looked
24th.
at that and said, oh, it's supposed to start June 24th.
Oh, June 24th is Monday, I think.
Next month.
Yeah, that's when we're planning to start it, Monday.
Next month.
June
Okay.
24th of
Okay.
2024, right. Yeah,
Right,
start
I'm
date. Okay,
I'm good.
Yeah, be good.
great.
All right, good,
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you,
Jan.
Jan, it's
Sure.
a nice job.
Thank you, yes. A lot of work with the various departments over yonder.
Yeah, working its way up the chain and back down again. Right.
Okay. Let's do the, how you want to do meeting minutes? On top of my pile.
I can share with you.
Thank you. These are the ones we looked at? You have a copy?
We got 2 of them to do, right?
You
I
should.
didn't see June 4th.
I sent it
Yeah.
yesterday. It is in your pile there too.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
No, that was 2 and 4. There you go.
I know.
You said it yesterday?
I read through the minutes and.
Wait, I sent this one earlier today.
Pardon me?
I sent this one earlier today, sorry. My timing was off.
I don't think I saw it. So let's do the 21st and give us a chance to look at the report.
Okay.
Okay.
Table those till next time.
I read through that and I agreed with the comments that you had included in it, Rich. So I will make a motion that we accept the May 21st Board of Selectmen meeting minutes as presented.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're gonna do the 4th, we'll go home and read them. We'll be ready next time, but take a look at those. We have to sign a copy of those, don't we? You?
All right.
I'll point it.
That's the official copy.
Yep, we'll do that back to Leah.
Yeah. that's all right.
So you just did the one?
Yeah.
Just the 21st, May 21st. We're looking at June 4th now.
Okay, let's do the, if it's okay, we're gonna do the garage salt shed. See where we stand on that.
I think I read through, I didn't have any comments.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're gonna do these next time?
Yeah, we're gonna look at them, I'd like to take a look at them.
Okay. Good.
So we're gonna do the salt shed.
Okay, so the bids were closed on Saturday, the 15th. And we got 3 bids on the salt shed. And you each have a copy there in front of you. I'm not exactly familiar with the process, but I guess I can just read off the name and the amount.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we received an estimate from Kenville Construction. The amount of it, and this is to tear down, remove debris, and all debris. So it's tear down, remove debris, and smooth the surface.
Can I back up a little bit? You met with all 3 of these people?
I did not meet with Mr. Kenville on this
Okay.
one. He hadn't reached out to me.
Okay.
I didn't see it until it came in. But I did meet with the other 2.
Okay.
This amount is $10,500. We also got a proposal from TEM Construction. Raise the building, clean up the area so as to leave it smooth over. And that estimate is $4,850. And we received one other proposal. It's from a gentleman named Alejandro Ruiz. And he's going to demolish, haul off. He specifically identified that he would put it in dumpsters and have the dumpsters hauled away. And the amount that he quoted is in 2 parts. One is $2,800 for labor and equipment. The other one is the amount estimated for 4 dumpsters to haul the stuff away. That comes in at $1,160 per dumpster, and that would be a potential of $4,640. He also identified another assumption in that $1,160 per dumpster, that each dumpster will hold 4 tons. So if they pull a dumpster in and it weighs more than 4 tons, it's an extra $150 per ton, over 4. So the only way I could look at evaluating this is that the 4 tons is what the dumpster is designed to hold. It would be, his quote would be $7,440, assuming that each dumpster was only 4 tons. So there's potential for it to be more if he puts more than 4 tons in each of the dumpsters. So those are 3 quotes on the salt shed. Any questions?
So I got this question about the Nason 10 construction. You met with him?
Yes.
He understands what we want?
Yes.
And his number includes everything?
Everything.
I think this one should be 10s because like that could be, you know,
Yeah. That you're talking about the cost per dumpster, not
Yeah.
unknown? Yep.
yeah. So I would say 10s for 48.50.
Yes. I agree. That's everything.
Okay.
So I make a motion, we accept 10s,
I'll
the south shed.
second the motion.
And what I'm, what I'm working with is, when do we want it done by?
I asked him about availability, and he said that he can arrange a schedule to do it whenever we want him to do it.
So we can have it done by Labor Day.
Much before that.
Oh, yeah.
Just
We
whenever-
get it done by,
I'd suggest right after the 4th of July. If he's available, we'll do it. He said he'd be available.
I want to put that in motion.
Oh, okay.
So if it falls through, we're not,
All right. Then let me amend your motion by saying, we award the contract to TEM Construction to raise the building, clean up the area, and leave it smooth over by the end of July.
okay.
Second.
Any discussion? Any other discussion? All right. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
I will contact Ed.
Now, there's another one in here, I guess that's the only one we got for the maintenance shed?
Yes, to do the modifications in the maintenance shed. I did meet with him on that as well. And he identified clearly what we talked about. So it would be removing the existing personal door and the garage door, framing the opening of the existing personal door, frame in existing garage door opening to accept a new 9x8 garage door and a personnel door. So the personnel door would be taken off the side and put into the front on the gable end. Fill in all disturbed exterior walls with siding to match, prime the siding, insulate the interior of the newly framed areas, cover interior disturbed walls with plywood, and prime the new interior wood. Those last 3 items make it consistent with the rest of the building. So the building is insulated, it's plywood on the interior, so it would look just like what's already there.
Okay, I got a couple of questions. Is that garage door big enough, 8 by 9?
That's a pretty standard garage door.
For a truck? For a car?
You could get, for example, the forestry truck would fit through an 8 by 9 garage door.
And that's a big pickup, that's a big pickup.
It's tight, you're talking 8 feet high, 9 wide. 9 by 9 would be, depending upon what you plan on putting in there, going more like a 9 by 9 would be nice.
It'll fit through 8 by 9 as well.
Yep.
Okay, that's one point. And this does not include a garage door. This frames the garage door, it does not provide the garage door.
It says frame it to accept a new.
That's
garage
right.
door.
Except.
And a new personnel door.
doesn't say provide and install, it says frame to accept, which is different than frame and install. I'm sorry, but don't surprise me later, right? Garage doors are expensive.
Garage doors? $1,000.
Yeah, well, I thought that was expensive.
Well,
I thought that,
keep in mind, if you're insulating the building and all will match. You don't want a cheap garage door, you're gonna want a good quality insulated door.
No, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my hearing aids. I didn't understand what you were saying.
Where the building and everything is all insulated and heated, you're gonna wanna be sure you get a high quality insulated door to go in there.
Oh, right,
Which may be
yes.
a little more
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, they're rated, I think 2, 3, and 7, something like that, with the rating on them.
So, we gotta get clarity, because if it's, you know, $20,000 and no door.
I'm sure it does include the door, but it's a valid question, and we could just ask him to clarify that.
2 doors, right? There's
The
two.
personnel door, and then garage door.
And to follow what Brad's saying, the building is insulated, so we should insulate the garage door also, not a thin piece of sheet metal.
Right, they make them with
Yeah, like-
varying amounts of insulation
Yes.
in the door. So
Yeah, like
we
mine
make
was,
one
it's
with that.
like, you know, it's like, you know, like it's like it's like a aluminum door, but it's like, you know, it's like insulated. So
Yeah, it's sandwich, usually it sandwiches some rigid styrofoam.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like, you know, kind of like styrofoam. or
Right,
whatever.
aluminum skin on both
Foam
sides.
board.
And then
Yeah.
the thickness of the styrofoam determines the R factor for the door.
And mine is just one piece of thin aluminum. That's why, that's, right?
Yep.
I don't want to be disappointed.
Nope, that's good.
So what do we want to do with this?
I would suggest then that we table until the next meeting and I'll get these clarified. So does that mean we open the bids up again?
No, I just would say that if we get the clarification on the door, and then we can just and then we could go the accept the bid.
Okay, so what I would do is I'd ask Ed to make, does this include the door, if he
Yeah.
gives us a nod? And then I say, is that door also rated at whatever, I think it's 7, it's either 6 or 7, that's
Yeah.
different number of readings.
Yeah, because once we went public with his number, we can't let other people know what his number is.
Right, well, but, oh yeah, because we haven't announced the number yet, have we?
I think Ron mentioned it.
I'm sorry.
You can say it.
Oh, it's $20,850.
Who's the contractor?
10, Ed,
Oh.
Eddie?
Okay, so table this to the next meeting,
And then if he comes back and he says, no, the door's not included in that price, and no, I'm gonna give you just a thin sheet of aluminum, then we would reject this bid and open them back up again. Is that a reasonable approach?
Or go for bids for 2 doors. There's plenty of garage door companies out there that would bid on doors.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Let him do the framing and then,
He said he's going to frame it, right? Frame it, so. My concern is once we do the number, I can beat it by $100. I'll make it work.
all right, so let me find out what Ed's got to say and we can discuss it around this meeting.
and we do have the money for this, right?
We have $10,000 in there. We put $10,000
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So we're 10,000.
tight. We're 10,000 tight there, and we're going to talk, when we put out, or we're tabling that, we put out a request for proposals to replace the generator this past week. That's on the website. So we're waiting for some input on that.
Did I not print that out
I put it out.
Yeah,
from Aaron? From, Dane?
Yeah, no.
I didn't print that, did I?
Well, we gotta be careful when we get proposals. We don't want to
I just think we got one. Did I add it to your file?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
I don't want to see it
Okay.
until we're done, because I don't want to be, I don't want to see the numbers.
Okay.
I don't want to see numbers until Ed's the point person, until he reads it. That's when I'd like to know what the numbers are.
Okay, gotcha.
Because then someone can say, well, you knew the number. Why did you give me, you know? No, I don't know. Okay,
I didn't realize it was coming in that. Sorry.
Good.
okay, let's do the department reports. Go
I
ahead.
have two.
All right, Jen.
Heritage Commission, we meet tomorrow at 5 o'clock to talk about the painting recommendations and what we're going to do for an RFP. Also next week, we will get the critical needs assessment report from New Hampshire Preservation for the rest of the building. And then there's one other thing I just wanted to remind you, there's a townwide ice cream social on Saturday, July 6th. So you talked about pulling the shed down anytime after the 4th of July. I just wanted to flag that we have that event that day. The Gaffney, the summer reading program has started, and on this coming Saturday, there's a reception for the art at the Gaffney from 2 to 4. We have air conditioning and good treats. So if you're looking for something to do, that's one of the options. And I also attended trustee training in Concord last week, so.
Good, thank you.
Yep, that's it.
Road agent, you have anything for us?
No.
Karen,
Yes,
you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
you may go first, but go ahead.
I got it. Yeah, right here. Okay, so we have an issue in town with unlicensed dogs. There's an RSA 466:14 says you have to license your dog. Karen's been working very, very hard to get the dogs licensed. Over 250 dogs in town. The vast majority are licensed. We've got a handful that are not licensed. And the process at this point is that we issue a warrant for unlicensed dogs. And we're going to issue the warrant, and it's going to go to the Wakefield Police Department, and he's going to go and serve the people that don't have licenses. And if I'm speaking out of, and they have like 15 days to clear the table. If they don't clear the table in 15 days, the next step takes place, and I'm not really sure what the next step is, but hopefully we don't go there. Right? And they just have to see the town clerk to get their dog licensed.
Yes, and there's a $25 civil forfeiture fine, and they also must license the dog within that 15 days.
All right. So it's to the Wakefield Police Department, Animal Control Officer, pursuant to RSA 466:14, entitled Warrants and Proceedings, you are hereby directed to proceed forthwith either to collect the fine due to the town of Brookfield, to turn over to the town clerk, or seize any unlicensed dog for holding in the appropriate holding facility in accordance with the attached list. Pursuant to RSA 466:16, entitled Returns, you have until August 31st to return this warrant with a statement as to whether all unlicensed dogs in Brookfield have been seized and held under the provisions of the chapter, and whether complaints have been entered against the persons who have failed to comply with the provision. So I'll make a motion that we approve this warrant.
No second?
All in favor?
Aye.
They were due April 1st.
April 30th of each year, they were due. And I do want to thank the people who did come in and who responded to the many letters and phone calls. People did come in, and it's not something we want to do, but it is a safety issue. It is the law, and our hands are kind of tied. We need to do it to protect our citizens and our dogs.
Thank you. You have anything else?
Thank you.
Forestry, you have anything to say tonight, Brad?
Whenever you want to address the issue,
Yeah,
we can do that.
we had asked for an inventory
Yep.
list, and we do have that.
Yeah.
Whatever time whenever you like to do that, Rich.
Interesting, Karen. The vehicle's a 2001.
Oh, I'm supposed to look that up. I'm sorry.
Do we have a title for that?
Yes,
We do.
should, it came from Granite State Ford. We bought it December of 2000, it's in model year 2001.
Nita, would you check to see if we can find a title? Do you think it's worth any money? What does it take to get it inspected? There's got,
To get it inspected, it needs brake work, and to get it running, it needs a new alternator. Tires are good, battery's good. It's got 2 new batteries in it. The skid unit on it, it depends if you let it go,
what is that?
that's the tank, the pump, the hose reel, all that's on the back of the truck.
That's the part that's fixed permanent to the back.
Well, it's got 4 lag bolts in it, 4 screws, and that can come off without a problem. Which may be the better way to sell it. It opens up the market for people interested in the truck, and fire departments interested in the skid unit. Which it's easy enough to do, half an hour, and it's 2 pieces.
Would the truck have more value with that unit on it, or?
I don't think so. Because a lot of departments have equipment already they would want to mount it on, or like the proposal that I brought to you earlier, the Stuart Stevenson that everybody's getting into now.
So does removing it then give us another asset that we can?
I believe so, yes.
I know we had talked about this too, you said that you'd like to see the hand tools kept, and the portable pump as well?
Yeah.
Because that's stuff that could go in the back. Actually, if we keep the trailer too, they could go in the trailer if we could take them somewhere. So, whose truck we gonna put them on?
Well, any one of the deputies. Myself.
Well, let's go back to the truck. What are we going to do with this truck? What's the best way to offer it for sale?
There is the online auction. I don't have a clue how it works.
Well, there's that, but there's also the, for the truck, any number of ways you can do it. You can do the online auction, you can just do a local auction, request for bids, which is the way a lot of the stuff in the past has been sold, the previous highway equipment and so forth. As far as the skid unit goes, I'd like to see that offered on a sealed bid situation to Carroll County to start, for our fellow member fire departments who are good and come down and help us when we have a fire. I think it'd only be nice to give them first option at it. Not saying other people can't bid, but just publicize it well within the Carroll County area. The truck, I just do a sealed bid auction on it. And again, publicize it, get it in a couple of different papers. and I don't think it's gonna bring an awful lot of money. Chris, you have probably at this point a better idea of what a used 550 goes for.
Not really. They're all over the place. I would recommend you use Municipid personally.
Okay.
Yeah, just because a lot of people use it. It's only used by municipalities, and they handle the sale of it.
I'm not familiar with that at all.
It's a website, and almost all of the New England states belong to it. And their stuff, I think it typically goes for a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks. It'll be on there, and people can bid through their website. The only thing you have to do is put a short description and, say it's not drivable or whatever, and people give a contact person if somebody wants to look at it. And,
Maybe an as-is where there's no warranty applied or...
yeah.
No
Yeah, I mean, before you go too far, just take a look at that website. You can see how it works. And
What was the name of the site?
Municipid, like municipal, but Municipid.
If you're gonna put one on, I might as well put both on. Do the skid unit too.
Okay, what I think we're gonna do is look and see what,
Yeah.
see what this looks like.
Yeah?
It's really, this type of equipment is what's on there all the time. I mean, there's everything from the chairs they're sitting in to file cabinets to heavy equipment. Anything any municipality would use, including colleges, stuff like that. They put stuff on there all the time, and it seems to do pretty well.
All right, so why don't we look? It's gonna go slow again, so let's look and see what this looks like, and see what we want to do in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, Municipid. Bid.
Is it .gov or .org? Is it probably .gov probably?
No, I think it's just .com.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Departments, Leah, do you have anything for us?
No.
Do you have anything before the manifest?
I do have one thing I want to say about the Conservation Commission. We met last Wednesday before, and of course they unanimously agreed that we wanted to openly thank you and your boys for resetting that bridge that goes in there. That was a heavy, tall task, and we appreciate you doing it.
Yeah, we didn't attach it down because if it floods again, it'll move and we just put it back, but.
Yeah. All right, so thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Rich? Excuse me, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman. Emergency management.
Yes, emergency management, of course.
Wicked hot weather we're having right now.
I'm sorry.
Very hot weather we're having right now. Cooling station. This comes up every couple of years, and would like to suggest we consider some type of air conditioning for this room to be able to take care of our residents that are having difficulty with the weather, just like we do in the cold when it's freezing during a snowstorm and open the townhouse. Now I have another thought on that.
Has anybody asked for it?
Not as of today.
I didn't ask for it, but it's beyond my understanding how this building was built without central air. I mean, you have a room in there that has a bunch of computer equipment. There's computer equipment in each one of these rooms, and there's no central air, so when you do, you open the window and you get dust because you don't have a paved parking lot. It's absolutely insane to me that the place does not have central air.
So what I would suggest, is we got a quote for central air 2 years ago. And it was $25,000 with mini splits to get the rooms in this room. And we begged off on the $25,000. We didn't think we could afford it. Well, our budget's tight this year, but I'd entertain, we put a warrant article up asking for $25,000 to do air conditioning. And see if the town wants to put air conditioning in this facility.
I don't think that's a reasonable thing to do.
I don't think we have the money this year for, unless we put a window unit in, which is
Yeah. I
about
just,
100, whatever. So I think we put a warrant article in,
I agree with that.
see what the town wants.
Okay.
it's something that comes up every couple of years, and keep trying to encourage it a little further.
It comes up for 2 weeks.
Yeah, oh, I understand. But then, that, if you're considering that, I don't know what you spec'd out for a generator in the request for proposals or request for bids.
We did not qualify that. We asked for the people to specify what they recommend.
Okay.
We
That
kept
would,
it open.
if you go into mini splits, that would need to be taken into account.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But if we're thinking of adding on anyway, maybe we should, wait and do
Exactly right. Maybe it's all part of
the new edition, or whatever.
well, all right, maybe we want to split it, because I'm not sure the town's going to go on oil on a new edition right now, so. But you're right. You're right. Okay, so thank you. We'll take that into consideration.
And then one more thing, now that we have the hazard mitigation plan done, are we willing to give any consideration to the emergency operation plan?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think we charged you with that activity a month ago. You were going to get
I don't
together
know.
with Wakefield to see if we were going to do a joint one. No?
Just talking with Chris about that, and it's nothing they had planned on, nor did it. On the surface just now, it didn't sound like they were overly excited. I can pursue that again.
Or do our own.
I'd like to see us do our own, quite honestly.
It's not in the budget again, right? You need to 5,000. If it's 5,000, it's not in the budget.
Right. My question is it something that the board is prepared to entertain? Because I brought this up years past, and it's been shot down every year. So I just wonder if I'm barking up a dead tree or what.
I think it'd be good to have. You're volunteering to do it, right? You're the
Yes.
emergency.
Yeah.
And it's what it was like 2005, the last one.
The last emergency management plan was done before 2000.
So,
So
yes.
they're well due. And, no, I will be happy to pursue it, look at grant funding and so forth.
So what do we need to move
Just let
forward?
me know that, yeah, I'm not wasting my time, and I'll be happy to do the legwork.
Is it going to happen this year or next year?
It depends upon what we come up with for grant funding. It'll be between $4,000 and $5,000 most probably. There have been grants out in the past that would cover it 100%. It's a 50-50 match, but we don't need to put up our half in cash. We can put it up in kind.
Yes.
And if that still holds, and there are sufficient grants available, then it could happen this year.
It's not in the budget. That's the problem. We don't have 5,000 in the budget to pay their grant to get reimbursed.
Right. Because it would come back and go into the general fund, I assume.
We have this. It's not in the budget this year. We don't have 5,000 in. When we put the budget together, we didn't put $5,000 in for an emergency management plan.
That's fine, I mean, we can wait, we've waited this long, waiting until next March is not a problem. I just don't want to start investing time in it, to have the board come back and say, no, we don't want to do it again.
Okay. So
If we've got it in the budget, the budget gets approved, then I think we should pursue it. I think there's some benefit to that.
Yes.
Right? There's value for the town in doing it, so.
It's a blueprint of how to handle an emergency when it occurs.
But I think we need to be a little bit prudent with the money. Right now, we're talking about a lot of things that are coming at us that are either bigger or not anticipated at all, that we're gonna have to take care of. So I think the prudent thing would be to move it to 2025 and put it in the budget so we can address it properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do, I agree, is put something in the meeting minutes so that this doesn't come up again. It's clear what we're asking Brad to do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So we're asking Brad to investigate, put a plan together. What are you looking for us to do? We're not going to spend the money this year, so we're asking you to investigate and come back with the plan for developing an emergency management plan for the town of Brookfield.
Yes.
And we would need to have that in the fall, right, if we're gonna
Yeah.
prepare it for the budget of 25.
Right.
So when do we need to have his input by? End of December or?
December 1st.
Yeah,
December 1st?
not a problem.
Leah, could you read that back, that motion maybe? Let's make sure we get a motion on, because this keeps coming up, and I want to say we've done this. We made a motion to authorize Brad Williamson.
To investigate and come up with a plan on how to put together an emergency management, emergency operation plan for Brookfield by December 1st.
Are we talking about the local emergency operation plan, the
Yes.
LEOP?
Yes.
Can I speak? If we share services with Wakefield, we've already combined our emergency hazard mitigation plan, why would we not have our local emergency operation plan in combination with Wakefield? Did they say they wouldn't? Because that would sound like the best thing to do.
No, the response that I've received so far is that if we're having an emergency, chances are Wakefield is going to be having that same emergency. Their resources are going to be tied up doing their thing, including assisting us. But we will also have our own resources handling our situation. And they left me with the impression that they felt it would be better with two separate plans. Theirs is an integral part of our plan.
So who did we talk to clarify that over there? Who did you talk to about that?
I talked to Chris Waldron, the EMD over there.
And that's their position? I mean,
At this point, I haven't-
appointed.
I haven't gotten into it formally with them. This is something I will do as part of figuring out how to do the best way to do the plan.
I mean, even if we have a separate plan, it should be combined with theirs. If we're going to work together to handle an emergency, I would think they both have to be coordinated in some way.
Yeah, I can see that too.
But I don't know what the details are about their side of it, so.
And there may be opportunities for shared resources even though they're two individual plans, if there's any opportunity for shared resources.
There are, because in our plan, it says for these issues, Wakefield, we contract with Wakefield to provide the support for those. So it's already, the plans are integrated in that respect.
Don't second the motion. Let's change the direction a little bit. Let's find out officially if we can participate with Wakefield.
And it's the LEOP, Local Emergency Operation Plan, not hazard mitigation or whatever you call it.
You know, hazard mitigation is the plan that was just done that they signed off on.
Correct. I just didn't want that in the motion, so.
No,
if it was
this is the
something-
EOP.
So what time, when can you get back with some preliminary information so we can firm this up a little more? Are we talking next meeting, next month?
Not next meeting, but the meeting after.
Okay, so the middle of July, that would be 16th? agenda for the 16th meeting. Does that make sense?
Sure, absolutely. We'll know which way we're going and what we want to do to.
Shall be done.
Okay, anything else, Brett?
No, that's it, thank you.
Joanne, do you have anything for the manifest?
Do you want to talk about Brian's, or is that something else? You don't want to do
It's
that?
on the agenda, can you do it? You want to do it, Brown? Go ahead. Is that it? Is that what you have?
That's all I have. I don't have anything else for the
Okay.
manifest.
So I was tasked with the payroll approval policy. And so we said, a half hour or less is like a half hour time. And a half hour plus should be a 1 hour bid. And I get it.
So, yeah, there was some question about what's our policy with respect to
Yes,
pay when you're asked to do something, when
yes.
we ask you to do something.
So this would apply to,
Part-time and temporary employees.
so my deputy who comes in to do an ACH payment, this would apply to her as
Yeah,
well?
yeah.
So if you adopt this, then each employee should receive a copy and sign off on it,
Yes.
right? So that everybody's aware.
Absolutely.
The only comment I made earlier on it, Brian, was where your wages and salaries are, where it
Yeah.
says rate of pay.
Yeah.
I think it should read at the very end, it should be the town select board rather than just the town board.
Okay.
And Joanne, you had one.
What does that one at work from, not for?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see anything else in there.
Yeah, yes, there was some confusion with respect to the RSA, how what's required for minimum hours paid. And we went to the RSA, and it was pretty clear. It says the rules that are documented in RSA are applicable to industry, but not necessarily municipalities or government. So we thought we had some confusion, and 2 weeks ago we asked Brian to put this together. And let me see if I can't just, the thrust is, correct me if I'm,
Okay.
if someone asks someone to do work, you can pay for a half hour minimum, it could be more, but the minimum is a half hour. And then you incrementally go up by half hour increments?
Yep.
Okay.
So like if you're 35 minutes, it's an hour.
Yeah. So,
So if it's 35 minutes, half hour.
yep.
Okay. But I'm just
So now here's the what if.
And that applies to the time they get here, or the time would it be when they arrive here, they put down the time as they arrive?
Yeah, like the pull over or pull out, just, that's.
Yeah, okay. And if you ask somebody to do something from home?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Same thing.
same thing.
And it'll have to be on the trust system too, the honor system. And I think we got the right people to be able to do that.
What if, now another what if for us. What if an employee takes the initiative to do something and no one asked them to do it?
Is it part of the job to do it? Or are we talking something above that's outside of their normal responsibilities?
Lay it both ways. I don't have the answer, I'm just asking.
No, I don't know how, I'm trying to think of a hypothetical, but I mean, if somebody has a job, and Karen, I'm not picking on it, but let's use this dog thing that we have going on here, right? If because of this extenuating situation with the dogs, she has to come in.
She's salary.
She's
to be able-
salary.
Oh, okay, well, bad example. Assuming you weren't then, for discussion's sake. So if she had to come in and do something that is beyond the normal scope of her job, then I would say yes. But if it's just part of the normal circumstances, then it takes her longer than expected to do it. I mean, how are we defining somebody's hours? Somebody's got a job, you hired to do that job, and there's a lot, or expect that it's gonna be 10 hours a week, and it takes you 11.
We trust people. If they're doing their job and they need more hours, we trust them.
So the point being then, that we would pay them the 11.
Oh, yeah.
And if it was 11 hours and 15 minutes, we'd pay them 11 and a half.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I think the question was effectively, what's the minimum?
So are you leaving it up to, I guess you would say like department heads to ask, like I would ask Kate to come in for me if I was gone. Rose would ask her deputy to come in. Who would be authorized to ask the person to come in, I guess is my question. It would be just,
The department heads or the paralegal
Or the select.
or the selectmen.
Yeah, I would say, the department heads. If someone needs help, you're gonna ask for help.
Right.
okay.
Now, does any of this discussion translate into more changes to this thing, or was this just trying to clarify?
No.
I just think there
Understand.
should be a place for the employee to sign maybe, Brian?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
On,
All right, so,
and then make it, and then have a place for adopted, what date it was adopted.
Yep.
Um,
so I'll,
tune in, fine tune.
yeah, I'll get that and it'll be the next meeting.
Good. I'd like to go back and revisit SRPC. After our vote 2 weeks ago not to join SRPC, we're getting feedback from our members, our commissioners to the Regional Planning Commission, that they truly believe there's value in us paying our dues. There's value to the town by paying the $1,000 dues with respect to studies that they can perform, with respect to possible road work that can be analyzed. And I mean, it's consistent feedback. We ask the commissioners to do it, they're getting back to it. They go to the meetings and they say, I think there's value there. So I guess I'd like to revisit that decision and get your input on whether we want to change that decision and fund SRPC. I think it's $1,000, about $1,000.
Well, we haven't done it in quite a while. And if we're getting feedback that there is value to the town, I don't mind spending the money if there's the value to it. Again, though, I gotta throw out there that it's not the budget. So where is the $1,000 gonna come from? And should we just take the advisement of the value to the town and apply and put it into the budget for the next year?
But we got 5,000 in contingency. We heard 2 weeks ago that the election people need an extra 3,000 this year because of Walter training and extra elections. So now the contingency's down to 2,000.
And we do have an estimate for 20,000 from a fund that has 10,000 in it. So where is that gonna come from?
Maybe we don't do it.
No, that's a possibility. That's a possibility.
I don't know if Stratford Regional Planning would have some work to do to provide us with guidance on bridge work, but we still have that money. We set aside in deferred revenue for, but it has to be used on something labeled bridge, as long as it could be consulting or whatever, but as long, I don't know. I just threw that out there, that there is money in there.
Would that include culverts?
I'd have to research it a little bit, but I know bridge was,
Yeah, it was like bridge.
Bridge.
It was.
it could be for consulting fees, or it could be, but as long as it
Yeah.
relates to,
Yeah, I'm down.
That's what I'm talking about, that bridge. That bridge over on Dumbledore.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, I say that we do it for 2024 and 2025, and then we can address it, late 2025, so, right, and maybe it's good, or maybe it's not good. So it's gonna be $2,000, but $1,000 this time and $1,000 to 2025.
We'll do 1 year at a time, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not really comfortable with this year. I mean, I'll go along with the board decision, but I'm thinking budget, and I'm thinking that we're squirming here, we're halfway through the year, and things are gonna get tighter, not easier. And shame on us for not seeing this earlier and planning for it. It's time to plan for it for next year.
Well, I think we should spend $1,000 this year. We've got active participation from the public on the commission. They're giving us feedback, they think there's some value. I just think we should invest in it, look for some value.
Make the motion on it.
Yeah. I'll make a motion that we change the authorization that we voted on 2 months ago or 2 weeks ago in the past, and authorize that we pay the RSPC the dues, which I believe is $1,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Okay. So what we're gonna do with the budget, we have to allocate money, we have to move it around so we don't spend it twice. So I think we agree that we're gonna take $3,000 from contingency and put it into the election people.
Yep.
We gotta do that. We're gonna have elections.
I personally think that you don't move the money, because that we just go over on those lines, but we know that we have to save that money, because otherwise, in the next year, we'll say, oh, we didn't overspend election, I just think it should be where it belongs.
So just like note it when the spreadsheet, say like $2,000 this, $2,000 this, and just keep it in there.
So then.
It's accurate, what we've spent
Yeah.
related to those expenses.
Would you think we should take 3,000 out of contingency now and say earmark it for elections?
I can,
That's.
we know that we have, yeah.
I mean, the around $1,000 is spent.
We could definitely take Stratford Regional Planning out of that line in the budget, your
Yeah.
contingency line. And then we keep an eye on the,
You give us a running total,
mhm.
we can't
Right,
overspend the
no.
bottom line.
no,
So where I'm coming from is how do we book the 3
right.
and the 1, just to get it into the budget so we see where we stand on our expenditures.
We can make some notes on the bottom, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
So we have
Yeah.
you're saying 3,000 for the checklist
That's
people?
what they said.
Yeah.
2 more elections, and there's potential for some more training.
Right, there's a lot of,
All right, and then the 1,000 for the SRPC, and that's gonna be $4,000, so 1,000, that's it.
and your contingency.
We're talking about a generator situation.
No,
But
well,
we have money in a trust fund that we can pull
no,
on
no,
that.
that's,
But
I'm saying, we have the trust.
it's not coming out of operating anymore.
Yep, yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else before bills? I have a bunch of stuff. We have to reauthorize the 911 data operations liaison. In the past, Bob Nielsen has been doing this because he handles addresses with the code enforcement officer, and they enter the data into 911 so they can find the new buildings. I suggest we keep Bob doing it. Right?
Yeah,
Okay, fine. And there's a secondary person required. I want to ask Jeff if he'll do it, the code enforcement officer. They'll work together in getting the data into 911. Okay. Let's talk warrants. We had on our recent warrant 2 errors in addresses. So I've got a package here from the assessing department because we had feedback from a taxpayer that the data wasn't correct. So I've got 2 documents here, 2 packages. The first one abates the taxes that were issued to the wrong name and address, and then a corrected warrant right behind it. So we're going to take the error out, put the new one in. The numbers were right, the name was wrong. And it was for map 9, lot 5, over on 88 Lyford Road is one of them, and the other one is, 5 Roberts Road down here. The numbers are right, the property's right, the names were wrong. So I'll make a motion that we approve these abatements, which abates the taxes, and at the same time reissue tax warrants for the...
So what caused the name swap? Was it a sale or?
Oh, the transactions were, person sold a house, that's clean,
Yeah.
moved to a house in town. His name was on the deed already, because he moved in with his mom. Then, 2 weeks later, he changed that deed to take his mom off because she passed away and put his wife on.
Okay.
It should have been almost that clean, right? Separate transactions.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It confused the staff.
All right, so no, it's, all right, it's okay.
So I make a motion that we issue the abatements and the tax warrants for these 2 properties.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
so you got 2 clerical abatements, and you gave a map and lot for one, but not the other. What was the other?
18-16.
And then there's 2 warrants that you also authorized, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
There's an abatement and attached as a replacement warrant.
Is there funding attached to those 2?
What?
Is there funding attached to, is a warrant, does the warrant have money?
Oh, yeah,
attached to it?
the warrant is to replace, we're taking the tax bill off and we're putting it right back on the right name.
You didn't mention those 2 amounts, correct?
One is 2984 and the other one is 1435.
Thank you.
Take them off, put them right back on. Different names.
Got it.
Same map and lot. Map and lot is right, it's the name that was wrong. Okay, so we make a motion.
Yeah, we do.
We voted on it, thank you. All right, that goes to the tax collector. We have an abatement request for, Lakes Regional Conservation owns many acres in town. They're a nonprofit organization. They applied for a waiver not to pay tax on their property. We do it every year. They have all the supporting documentation here that they're tax-free, so I'll make a motion that we authorize this. I'm not sure it's an abatement.
Is that an exemption?
Yes, this exemption, thank you, for the Lakes Region property.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, they're exempt because they're a nonprofit, they own it?
Yeah.
don't even pay current use, nothing at all?
That's correct.
Okay.
Zero.
Gotcha.
That's your income tax form. I have this is for some of the people that remember this. The DRA is asking us whether we're going to do inventory of taxable property on Form 1025. That's the old, we used to call it the head tax, the $10 head tax. For people that go back a ways. We're not doing that, okay? Right? We agree we're not going to
Exactly.
we're not going to do head tax. So
You mean the PA 25?
28,
It's the PA 28 now.
28.
Okay, thank you.
So we will not be using the PA 28, which is the old $10 head tax. I call it the head tax. So make a motion that we say we're not going to do that. Aye. All in favor? Good.
Aye.
You sign that, and we'll send that down to DRA. Would you go with that? Would you give that to Leah? To me, I'll please. Is there anything else here other than manifest? I don't think so. Let me do a quick check on the phone. All right, let's do the bills.
Okay, we have Amazon for we have two actually for $76.94 each. They are the battery backups for
Town clerk,
and,
tax collector.
oh, okay, I thought maybe it was common.
They're about 10 years old, they died.
You got that?
Yep.
For me, for mileage to my conference in Whitefield, $117.92, 176 miles.
117, I think you said 100.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was.
The amount 117.92.
92, sorry, thank you. Kimball Construction, 2060. Association dues for the tax collector and the deputy tax collector, $40. Town of Wakefield, $129,809. Sorry. Which one is
You
that?
got the salmon processing?
Oh, we're gonna put that.
Yeah, we pulled it, Lydia's looking into that.
We'll just write for it on that.
Okay. And,
Town of Wakefield, $129,898, 76 cents for the second quarter of the year. And then we have Water Industries for a grate that Chris had, $420.
3 grades.
3 grates, sorry, 3 grates.
okay, the total for this manifest,
Are you grateful?
Yes.
$132,750.56.
Next.
Is that minus the 60? Minus the
Oh,
60?
yeah.
Oh, yep,
We'll take
thank you, Ed, that's a very
Sharp
good
as a
catch.
tack and
Yeah.
sharp as a
Yeah.
tack. We take 60 off
So it would be 690.56.
Somebody would say, that doesn't add up.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a phone call.
Okay, so the amount is, on this manifest, $131,690.56. And the next one?
there. Yep, Eversource, 132.30 and 21.58. Eversource.
20, you say 21 or 21?
Yeah, 21.58
Okay,
and 132.30. And Mitchell Municipal, 384 and 144.
Total for this manifest? $681.88. I'll make a motion that we accept both manifests as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
All right?
Aye. Anything else here? Anything else, any other input? Okay. Meeting adjourned, thank you, folks.
7:13.
Yeah.
Get a lot of money out of current use anyway, but, yeah, to get something.
Sign any of the warrants? or-
You realize over a third of this town is not.
Oh, yes, please, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Over
you.
one third.
Oh, I would get shot, thank you. We have three to sign on that page,
These folks.
and then
stay
three to
with
sign here on both packages.
you. And the other two,
You're just signing, right?
Yes.
You're not going to conduct any other business, right?
Too high.
It's too hot.